Greetings nerds and virgins, welcome to the video. Today we're going to be going through the biggest crybabies in UFC, but before we start, can you like and subscribe? I'm getting views, but I want some subscribers as well since I'm building a community here. So please subscribe to hop on the shadow train. Choo choo! Hop on the shadow train. But yeah, first of all we got Gilbert Burns, or as Conor McGregor likes to refer him as, the fat lesbian. Gilbert Burns is notorious for crying after every fight, and even Hamza at the press conference leading up to their fight was like, "Every fight you cry, I'm gonna make you cry." And sure enough, he did make Gilbert Burns cry after that fight. And by the way, I'm not making fun of these fighters on the list for crying, since everyone cries. I just think it's a funny video idea. Well, actually I take that back, since this next guy on the list I'm 100% making fun of, and that's, of course, I'm talking about Louisiana swamp trash boy himself, Dustin Poirier. Mister, I don't want to do this anymore, I don't like this anymore. Dude keeps floating his retirement talk around, and he just sounds desperate for attention at this point. Listen, I know the Dustin Poirier fan base goes hard, so don't come at me. Come at your boy for crying after Khabib dog-walked his ass. You'll know damn well he wouldn't do to my favourite fighter Colby Covington what he did to Dustin the crybaby Poirier. The next person on this list though is Tracy Cortez, aka Brian Ortega's ex-girlfriend. I swear every time I see her on an interview, post-fight press conference or anywhere, she's crying about something. There's always tears coming out of that girl's eyes. I mean, I know she's a girl, but still, I've never seen someone so emotional in my life. She cried on the weighing scale because she had to cut her hair, and the best part was she was fighting a bald female in Rose Namajunas. I think she picked the worst profession if she's gonna cry about having to cut her hair off. But next up we got my guy Daniel DC Cormier. One of my favourite fighters, but I gotta keep it a $150. Daniel Cormier has to be on this list. Let me list all the times Daniel Cormier cried real quick. So he cried on Cain Velasquez's shoulder after his first fight versus John Jones, which Jones made fun of him for. He cried when John Jones pissed hot, which fair enough. But then again, why would he cry over that? He got to fight a washed up Anderson Silva, which is a much more favourable matchup for him, since he can't wrestle, and also having Anderson Silva on your resume is pretty cool. DC also cried in his post-fight interview after the second John Jones fight and became a meme for it. That meme would kick all our asses though, let's not get too loud about it. But next up on this list we got Sean Strickland. Mr. can dish it out but can't take it. So Sean Strickland apparently can make fun of everyone, but the second he gets it back, he cries like a baby on Theo Vaughn's podcast. Listen, I know you guys already are gonna say Drika's crossed the line, blah blah blah. Sean Strickland doesn't determine where the line is. If Sean Strickland can talk about everyone else's private life, then people can talk about his too. That's just my take though. Man, I hate nothing more than a guy that can dish it out but can't take it. Also, another hot take, but I actually think Dricus wasn't planning on talking about Sean Strickland's past until Sean O'Malley brung it up at the press conference. Then a light bulb struck in Dricus's head to basically rip off what O'Malley said. Next up we got Brandon Moreno. Just like Tracy Cortez, I swear every time I see Moreno he's crying. I love the guy, don't get me wrong, and I love his fighting style. But like when he lost to Joseph Benavidez, he was full on crying, which nothing wrong with that, but he qualifies for this list. Also, when he won the belt, he cried tears of joy, so it isn't always a negative thing. Next up we got Belal, forgot his name, Muhammad. Now don't get me wrong, Leon's eye poke on Belal was full on criminal. Like that shit was so deep I thought he reached into Muhammad's brain. Belal's reaction was next level, full on crying on the ground, and rightfully so. That was a bad f***ing eye poke, but hey, low-key Belal should be thankful for the eye poke, since he still claims he's on like a 10 fight win streak when, let's be real, he was 100% gonna lose that fight. He was getting cooked up like some bacon. So Leon done him a solid by giving him a free no contest. Next up we got Jamahal Hill, who was bawling his absolute eyes out when he had to give up his title. Well, actually, he didn't have to give it up, but he chose to copy Jiri Prochazka and vacate his title because he had an injury, which is respectable. But yeah, he's also on this list because although he's not shedding physical tears over the Alex Pereira loss, he's coping so much to the point it actually has me laughing at his delusional takes on the fight. Listen, I agree that the slight pause set him off focus for a second, but he needs to realize that if the fighter doesn't want to pause in the action because of a foul, he doesn't have to take it. He's been in the game long enough to know it's protect yourselves at all times, and it's life or death in that cage. And even if it was a dirty move by Pereira, you can't show no empathy for your opponent in that cage. But yeah guys, let me know if I missed any UFC crybabies in the comments below. Remember to like and subscribe to hop on the shadow train. Choo choo! Hop on the shadow train. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you at the top!
You tried to break me, but you couldn't tear me apart. I've got a fire inside, gonna ignite and restart. I'm rising up higher than before. With every step I take, I'm closing in on the score.